Alright guys, so I decided to once again make a video where I actually talk and everything to show off all the new stuff that I added in the 0.7 versions, basically 0.7.1 to the latest one, 0.7.3. Because I just finished that one, which means I'm gonna release it right now and then move on to I don't know, it's either gonna be early access 1.0 or 0.8, not quite sure yet, but yeah. Either way, the 0.7 versions are now finished, and yeah, I'm not gonna include 0.7.0 because that one has already been released for free, and yeah, it's kind of old by now. I don't know, a few months. So yeah, let's start with the features in 0.7.1. I don't even know when did I add saving. Yeah, I actually added saving and loading in that version. So yeah, so here we got it. Basically, we can just play here, and then we can save a game and load it here. Originally you only had one save game, but later I think in 0.7.2 I added a little list here that just shows all the times you've saved, and then you can load whichever save game you want. I can demonstrate this right now. Yeah, and I also made some small changes on the loading screen, like in the bottom left you got the percentage of the world generator and what's the status. Alright, and yeah, crafting recipes are now not dropped by staff, but they are just found in the world. And originally they looked like paper sheets, and now, I mean, they're still paper sheets, but now they look more like blueprints. Yeah, so there's a lot of new stuff, but let's just demonstrate the saving. Basically, I can do whatever I want, just move things or destroy things. Come on. There we go. And yeah, now if we want to save this, we just go into the menu, hit save, and yeah, that's it. And yeah, also made a lot of changes to the staff AI, improved the pathfinding a little. Their hitboxes are way smaller so they don't push stuff around. Alright, let's actually save another time. And now we can see, if you go into the menu and hit load, we got our two save games here. On the left we have a button to delete them. Right now there's no confirmation if you really want to delete them. I do want to add this later. Right now you just gotta be careful if you delete something. For example, here we can see this is the older one, because it's in-game day and then the real date and the time. This is at 39 and 10 seconds, and this 38, so this is the older one, and we can just delete this one. Alright, and then here we go. And as we can see, everything's just like it was. We got the staff dude here, we got the one object that we destroyed is not here anymore, and all the objects we moved are just like we left them. And another little thing is that I improved the shadows. They are much smoother now, which you can kind of see here. In the older versions they looked significantly worse. And also the shadows actually now start where it touches the ground, because in early versions there was a little glitch where the shadows started like a little bit after the object, and that made them look like they float, and that just kind of sucked. So yeah, that looks better now. I actually don't know if the performance is any worse, but it looks good, and yeah, it just works. So yeah, right here we get another thing. I don't know if you already heard it, and I don't know if it's loud enough so you can actually hear it, but if we move things and drop them, then they actually make sounds. And I actually had that in an earlier version. I removed it for whatever reason, but I think that was just... I thought that was really necessary. I mean, not necessary, but it just greatly improves the immersion and everything. And the whole thing is kinda inspired by Half-Life 2, which had the same. You can throw objects around and they make sounds. Of course, each object has their own sounds. I mean, not each object, but like wooden things make a wood sound, and metal things a metal sound, like right here. Yeah. And yeah, we get some more recipes here. Alright, then let's continue with the features in 0.7.1. So we had saving and loading and all that stuff, and the recipes, the shadows. Then we got a screenshot mode. This is not really a photo mode like in some games, but it's just hides the UI and everything, kind of like in Minecraft. Basically, you hit F1 and hitting it once hides the UI, and another time disables this screen darkening effect. So this is just to take some pretty screenshots. Yeah. Well, we also improved the phone clock right here. Because earlier it was like independent from the actual daytime, and sometimes it would get desync from the actual time for whatever reason. I still don't know exactly why, but now it works. Something I just realized is that it's exclusively a 24-hour clock. I will add a 12-hour option soon. It's just that I'm European, so I'm used to 24 hours. But yeah, I'll make that an option. Alright, and then I just gotta find a shopping cart. There it is. Because there was a little, I don't know, bug, flaw, whatever, where you could basically get behind walls or glitch out of the map by placing your cart against a wall and then getting out of it. I basically just patched that by checking if you can actually get out. Like if there's a wall, then you can't leave your cart. Yeah, I can demonstrate this right here. Basically, I just turn around, go to the wall, and when I try to get out, it says can't get out here. So it doesn't work until I actually have enough space to get out of here. So I can't just glitch outside of the map. Alright, and yeah, that was most of the features of 0.7.1. Another nice thing is that was inspired by Skyrim or Bethesda games in general. You can now set the time how long you want to sleep when you interact with the bed. For example, we can just sleep 2 hours, or let's just say 1 to demonstrate it. Oh yeah, that was some nice timing because right now it turned night, but I basically automatically woke up again after 1 hour. Alright, and then I added item durability. Can't really show this off right now because I don't have any items. But actually I have a little developer cheat, so I actually gotta enable this. Okay, so just gotta restart the game. Alright, now I just enabled my developer commands. Come on. Alright, because now I can cheat items. There we go. Yeah, the inventory has been improved as well. Like there were some scrolling bugs and that works better now. Yeah, now the durability. I mean, in 0.7.1 it was very bare bones, but I improved that later and now it's much better. Originally it would just have durability and at some point it would break. Later I added a sound effect to breaking and you can actually see the current durability. As an example, the crowbar. We can see that right now we got 53 users left, and yeah, basically when it's broken it will just disappear, but it has a sound, so you actually realize that it broke and it didn't just glitch or something. And yeah, as you may have noticed, we got a little breaking effect right here when I destroy things. And items that are dropped now don't go directly to your inventory. They just appear on the ground like this and you just pick them up like that. Alright, just gotta eat something. So yeah, it now always shows you equipped item right here. The crowbar, we get 44 users left, and there is actually a repair feature. I just added that like yesterday, and I think I finished it just today. And yeah, that's so now we got everything covered from 0.7.1. Now we can move on to 0.7.2. I mean, there's always a lot going on behind the scenes. In 0.7.2, for example, I improved a lot about the saving. Basically, saving wasn't final until 0.7.3, until like 1 or 2 weeks ago. Until then, it was just not completely done. And yeah, so I improved that. And then I added some more stuff to the graphics options. We got a display tab now here. We can set the resolution, the scale, which just means it can render at a lower resolution. The cool thing about this is that the UI is still rendered at the full resolution, which means the UI still looks sharp, but you gain performance. And the full screen mode with the full screen windowed and normal windowed, as well as a refresh rate limit. You can just set this to whatever your screen is, or if you want to save power to 30 or something. Right now I got it to unlimited, it's mainly for benchmarking. For example, this is my screen refresh rate, so we can just set this. And in 0.7.2 I added a sharpen option, which is mainly for temporal anti-aliasing, because some people complain that it's too blurry. I mean, I don't think so, but if you think so, then you can just apply sharpening, and yeah, that makes the image look sharper again. So yeah, now we got a few more save states, and this is the most recent one, so let's jump back in. And yeah, as you can see, everything is just the way it was before, so saving finally works. I mean, you as a player you just expect everything to work, but as a developer this really wasn't easy because the entire saving system is written from scratch. I originally thought I would just use some kind of plugin from the Unity Asset Store, but eventually I thought I should just do my own thing because then I actually know how it works. And yeah, I did that and it worked out just fine. I mean, maybe not just fine, it took a while to get it to work right, but now it works. And yeah, alright, and yeah, I actually already covered most of the things in this version. Something I forgot to note in the graphics options is that we got Lod scale now, which basically changes the pop-in. Like, if you have a really old graphics card, then you can set the lower, and the higher detailed models will render only if you're close to them. I just gotta eat something. Oh yeah, I just took damage because I need to eat something. I mean, I do have something in my inventory, but there is something about the food that I wanna show off as well, so let's just see if we can find something. Oh shit. Ah, there we go. Yeah, we can just grab this, and as you can see, I gotta eat something now. We got actual food models now. I mean, there's not much here. Maybe we're gonna find some more. But yeah, you may know that in older versions the food was just gray boxes, and that just looked kind of boring, especially because all the different food looked the same. And now we got actual models on that. Oh shit. I just gotta eat something because I need to regenerate my health. I mean, I'm still gonna use a cheat now because I really don't want to die right now. And yeah, there's new staff bodies. It doesn't look perfect right now. I do want to improve that, especially the effect when they die. Now they just kinda, I don't know, it looks kinda weird. But basically we can now carry staff bodies around. And just like in the original SCP, they do attract other staff. I mean, not all the time, but the more staff bodies you got lying around, the more staff will come to you. You can destroy those either by just hitting them constantly or by burning or something. And yeah, this is just one small bug that I'm trying to fix. It's that after loading a save game, staff will always be aggressive. Okay, I'm just gonna use another cheat right now. Alright, yeah. And so another little thing I just added a few days ago, and by that I mean like yesterday, is, maybe you've noticed that already, item bobbing. If you just look at the crowbar now, there's this bobbing motion when I walk. It gets faster when I sprint, and it stops when I stop moving. Alright, yeah, and I do have some new weapons. Like the spare. This is not final yet, but it mostly works. Okay, now I killed all staff, so I can't really demonstrate this. I mean, I can spawn one. Okay. So yeah, a bunch of people actually wished for that and wanted a spare, and so I added it. Yeah, the animations aren't perfect and everything, but I can still improve everything, so. And you can also throw those things. Boom. That doesn't look perfect yet either, but whatever. And just like dots, you can pick them up again. And yeah, so yeah, that was actually most of it. Yeah, right. Just one important thing I really want to show off. I think I already showed videos of that, I'm not sure. But yeah, so you see this forklift, it originally was here. And just a lot of people, even some of my actual friends in real life, just said they don't know that much about the game, but they just said they really want to drive that forklift, so I just kind of added that. Basically, you need gas for it. If you don't have gas... Oh, I actually have gas in my inventory, so it works now. But normally, when you don't have any, then you just need some. Though that's not hard, because... I don't know what I'm gonna use now. Because you get it from here, for example. There we go. And yeah, you can just drive around with this and actually use the lift. So yeah, a lot of people just wanted that, and it was surprisingly easy to implement it. It took like 2 days in total, I think. But yeah, I'm quite happy how it turned out. Alright, so that was most of the features added in 0.7.1, 0.2 and 0.3. So yeah, apart from the spare, we also got some new basic weapons, like the metal rod. Or the wooden plank, which is basically just the shittier version of the metal rod. But it's just really cheap to craft, and it does slightly more damage than your hands, so yeah. And I actually didn't mention this, but as you've probably noticed, and I did make a separate video on that, so you've probably already seen it, there's the new scrapping, which basically just is punching things. The cool thing about that is that weapon damage is now unified, which means if a weapon does more damage to a staff, then it's already also more effective at destroying furniture. As you notice, it takes a lot of punches now to destroy this, because it's made of metal. But if I use a fire axe, for example, although I need less hits. Alright, so yeah, that was most of it. I probably forgot some things, but I mean, at some point you can just play it yourself. You can play it either right now, if you get it on Patreon. If you don't currently support me on Patreon, then you gotta wait a while till it gets released for free. I honestly can't say when this will happen, but it's not gonna take too long. I guess a month at most. Because I also wanna release the game on Steam soon. And it wouldn't make sense to release an older version of the game on Steam, so yeah. So yeah, you can probably see the game on Steam in 1 or 2 months. And yeah, so again, you can either grab this right now, or just follow the development further and play the older versions and then get it at some point when it's free. Alright, so if you have any more ideas for the game, just drop a comment. And I'm always open to new ideas and everything. I mean, as I said, I did add a lot of things that people requested, especially the forklift. I mean, I did want to add that myself as well, but I just didn't give it a high priority. But at some point I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna add that right now. And yeah, it turned out good. Alright, so see you in the next video. I do kinda wanna make videos more often, but on the other hand there's a lot of videos by other YouTubers, especially Battleforge. So yeah, make sure to follow him as well, because he plays my game quite a lot and usually always covers the latest updates. And yeah, now I just gotta eat. Okay, so as I said, there's also a bunch of features that didn't mention, mainly smaller stuff, but yeah. So yeah, alright, see ya.